I think I took from within a little. I took from within a little can begin to see the face of God. Face of God is all I am, and the face of God is all I see. Face of God is all I am, and face of God is all I see. Sing it, lady, say it. Ever present, all around me. It's within me. It's within. Ever present, all around me. It's within me. It's within. Ever present, all around me. It's within me. It's within. It's kind of like a cha-cha. So let's get our bodies in it, okay? God is a love. God is a love. If you want to find love, you gotta find God. God is a love. God is a love. If you want to find a love, you gotta find God. Say it. God is love. God is love. If you want to find God, you gotta find God. Break it down, man. God is love. There we go. God is love. If you want to find love, you gotta find God. God is joy. God is joy. If you want to find joy, you gotta find God. God is joy. God is joy. If you want to find joy, you gotta find God. Say, God is joy. God is joy. If you wanna find God, oh, you gotta find God. God is joy. God is joy. God is joy. If you want to find joy, you gotta find God. God is peace. God is peace. If you want to find peace, you gotta find God. God is peace. God is peace. If you want to find peace, you gotta find God. Say, God is peace. God is peace. If you want to find peace, you gotta find God. God is peace. God is peace. If you want to find peace, you gotta find God. Yeah, play, Baxter, play. So, while Baxter ministers on the keys, I just want you to take a moment to check in and see what your body is saying. Mine bounces a little bit, so that's mine. But what is yours saying to you right now as we sing this, as we establish this in the room? Because I just like the groove. It's like a little cha-cha, amen? Find yours. Let's say, God is peace. God is peace. God is peace. If you want to find peace, you gotta find God. Say it again, say it again. God is peace. God is peace. If you want to find peace, out, man. Drop out.
God is peace.
Yeah, church. Yeah, church.
If you want to find peace, you gotta find God.
Say.
God is peace.
You wanna
If you want to find peace,
joy.
if you want to find joy, if you want to find love.
I saw somebody with their fingers in their ears. You gotta find God.
Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in San Jose, where we are transforming lives, building dreams, and revealing love. And where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of changing your entire life by changing your mind. Welcome home. My name is Ron Wade, a member of your core council and a licensed prayer practitioner. And this is the esteemed Doris Hoffman, our prayer practitioner for the day. I'd like to extend a special welcome to those of you who are visiting here on this Super Bowl Sunday for the first time. Thank you so much for choosing to spend part of your Sunday with us. And as a welcome, we have a concierge table out in Fellowship Hall where we would ask that you sign our guest register and pick up a free gift, and you can get any questions about who we are or what we do answered out there. And for those of you who prefer to sneak out the back door, we have a welcome packet out there for you too if you so desire. So one of the things we do at the beginning of every service is we turn and greet those around us. So if you would turn and say hi to somebody next to you, that would be fantastic. It's a buoyant crowd here today. So this month of February, we're beginning the exploration of the theme, Sowing Seeds of Greatness. And one of the other things that we do at the beginning of every service is we sit in 2 minutes of silence. So as a respect for the 2 minutes of silence, if you would kindly silence all of those personal mobile devices that make the funny noises, that would be a nice respect for that silence.
Savitur vareniam, bargo devas yadimai, dioionat prachodayat, ombur
Let's pray. In that perfect place where you are right this minute, we know gratitude. We know gratitude for Spirit, Universal Mind, God. And we give gratitude for the face of God that we see all around us. For God is expressing in and through each one of us. We see the face of God, and we are the face of God. And in this month, where we focus on love, we turn always to how we might give love. And so I speak my word for each person in this room today. And for those who are sitting here saying, Mama, we know that love is paramount, and there is only the givingness of love, whether we are saying Mama, or whether we are listening, or whether we are hugging someone, or whether we are picking up a task for another. So we simply give this good, this love, for we truly are the face of God. And in deep thankfulness, I simply live my appreciation and give so much good and love. Then I release my prayer to the perfect right action of the law, and we anchor it with, and so it is. And now if we could say our affirmation together. Today I bestow the essence of love upon everything. Everyone I meet shall be lovely to me. My soul meets the soul of the universe in everyone. This love is a healing power, touching everything into wholeness.
The beginning of Black History Month, and so I'm honored, yeah, to sing on behalf of all. Yeah, and I believe when Jamie Lula wrote this song, he was inspired by the same ancestors. Let me walk to the banks of the river of love, where the current runs deep, baptized in the one, where there's no separation and light is all we see. Honoring our differences, and a love will set us free. Oh, Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. I said, oh, you rock my soul. Oh, say, 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 oh, rock my soul. forget, but learn to forgive. God knows we gotta try. It's my responsibility to heal the wound in me. Compassion, faith, hope, love, truth will set us free. Come on, church, say, Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going. Oh, the ladies came down. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going. Oh, Mother, rock my soul. Say it again. Oh, rock my soul. We gotta say the chords again. Come on, hey. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing we are the thing that's going on. Yeah. Father, God, come on, yeah. My soul.
I'm inspired. I'm Sue Love, and I'm in your insight speaker. I can talk. Maybe I'd do better. So I had an epiphany, and I wanted to share it with you. I was thinking about why it is that so many of us, from so many different situations and walks of life, are afflicted with feelings of inadequacy, not feeling good enough. And this is what I came up with. As David said last week, we all know on some level, unconscious or conscious, that our real self is undefiled, is perfect, whole, complete. It is power, freedom, love, joy. But we come into this physical experience and we are immediately and consistently bombarded with messages that tell us we're not good enough because we don't live up to somebody else's standards or expectations. And somewhere along the way, we believe that. And so when we are faced with difficult situations, challenges, all we see in ourselves is limitation. And some of us respond to this by shoving our real self down deep, locking it away in a closet, and then we try to be something or someone that we're not. But because our real self, our real nature is freedom, power, love, to imprison ourselves that way is to live contrary to nature. So it causes a warring within us, a struggle that doesn't feel good, and a whole lot of unhealthiness and insecurity. I knew a man once. He loved the game of baseball. It was his passion. He was his most authentic self when he was playing. But one day, true story, he was helping a friend fix a washing machine. And he put his arm inside of that machine. It unexpectedly turned on, and it literally ripped off his arm. Now you'd think of anything that would cause him to feel not good enough and limited. But no, not him. He believed in himself. So what he did is he focused on what he loved, what brought him joy. And he became so determined that he decided to teach himself how to play the game with one arm. It was the most amazing thing to watch. It was inspiring. This is how he did it. He'd put the glove on his hand. He'd catch the ball, throw it up in the air, take the glove off with his stump, catch the ball, throw it, and put the glove back on. It was stunning, as David would say. He was a better player. He was quicker, more effective than anybody on the team with 2 arms. So here's my epiphany. Life is not about what we can or cannot do physically. Life is about discovering the power, the freedom, the beauty, the perfection that you are, and believing in yourself so much so that when you are faced with challenges, that instead of seeing them as limitations, that you can rise above and see it as an opportunity to recreate yourself in the most fabulous way. That being said, I wrote a poem. It's called Coming Out of Hiding. And as I close this talk, I'd like to share it with you. We come into this world powerful, whole, divine and human, strong and capable, perfect in every way. Then we are subjected to the rules and expectations of others who unknowingly steal our power, our identity, with the unspoken threat of love withheld. So we conform to their perspective of perfection, and we swallow who we really are, shove our real selves into a closet, and every time we even dare to open that door, guilt raises its ugly head. Fear of not being good enough overwhelms us, and we shut it tight once more until we forget the perfection that we were when we came into this world. We grow up not fitting in, not understanding why, unhappy, spending all our energy fulfilling others and their vision of who we are. We desire to be loved, to be accepted, and yet we cannot even love and accept ourselves. So we look outward to God, to the church, to people to fix us, to make us whole, but only find a Band-Aid that cannot truly heal, wrapped in a whole lot of hypocritical judgment. Until one day, we just can't take the pain of our lost self anymore, and we search within us for the courage to open that door and set ourselves free to dance in the light of our own beauty, our own perfection, our own divinity, the strength of our source that we were born with. And we allow ourselves to heal and to be whole, to learn to stand on our own 2 feet, and we begin to remember the capable, powerful being we were born to be. And we find the love and acceptance that surrounds us. We realize that we are beautiful just as we are, and we are filled with healing joy and a happiness that can only come from within, from the beauty and the love that we are. Thank you.
Namaste. Good morning. It's good to be back. Second Sunday since returning from Bali. I have a couple of announcements to give you right up front. One is that we are altering our Sunday morning practice from 8:30 until 9. We have since August been sitting in the silence. Anybody who would like to join us, I lead a session of silence every Sunday morning from 8:30 to 9. However, starting next week, we're going to alter that. So I will be leading the silence from 8:30 to 8:45 for 15 minutes. But then from 8:45 until 9:15, Karen Fedor and Liz Fedina will be leading chanting. So for those of you who want to have an experience of chanting for half an hour, the Gayatri mantra or other mantras, then you can just come on Sunday morning. So come for both the silence and the chanting, or just come for the chanting. Everyone's welcome. Also, next Sunday is the Sunday closest to Valentine's Day, and as is our tradition and custom, hi, welcome. As is our custom and tradition here, she was driving all night long from Sedona, and and you got a moving violation too. Yeah, to get here, she got a ticket, so. I met some really good friends in traffic school. I do that every 3 years. I have a standing appointment. Up until now. So next Sunday being the Sunday closest to Valentine's Day, I want to tell you something. I know that this really upsets some people. there are those folks in this room who are hungering to be in personal and intimate relationship. And so every time they see a vow renewal, it stirs in them a sense of loss. But I want to tell you that today's service is designed especially for you. Our topic is find something to like, even in the vow renewal. So next Sunday, the way it typically works during both services, at the end of the service, if you are married or if you are committed or you haven't met anybody, but you will this week and you're going to be committed by next Sunday, then during the service, you will stand and face your beloved, and in front of everybody, you'll have a chance to renew your vows. I will lead the vow renewal, and everybody else will be your family and friends and flower girls and boys. And it's free. And if your spouse is not here and you plan on just sneaking it on them next week, please tell them before you drag them to church. Because drive-bys don't always work. Have you noticed? Today is it's actually our annual religious holiday. It's the national holiday of Centers for Spiritual Living, unofficially. The denomination doesn't know this yet, but Reverend Susan and I have declared it so. Because today is Groundhog Day. Yes, and Groundhog Day is the only holiday on the calendar that has not been hijacked by other faith traditions. So we figure we're going to take this on ourselves, right? So I don't know what that really means. I mean, if you take it on, maybe like if the groundhog comes out today and sees its shadow, then San Francisco might actually be in the Super Bowl, or not. Today is Super Soul Sunday. That's what Reverend Marilyn Pells calls it. She calls it Super Soul Sunday. And whether you find yourself a Seattle fan or a Denver fan, I have something for both of you. Kent Getz in first service said, let go, let Denver. And we heard, change your thinking, change your Seattle. I don't know. God bless them all. May we have a good time, and may we overeat, and may we binge later on. So, oh, come on. I'm from LA. That's what we do. Let me rethink my strategy. So our topic today is find something to like. And that falls under the umbrella of our new monthly theme, which is Sowing Seeds of Love, which falls under the umbrella of our annual theme, Sowing Seeds of Greatness, a new design for living. It'll take me just a little while, but I'm going to get that. It's going to be part of who I... You know, we put these banners here, so they're a constant reminder of the direction of our spiritual compass, the direction to which we are pointing our personal GPS. Those are there to keep reminding me to stay on track, that I'm not alone, and that there are about 500 or 600 other people who are joining me in this endeavor. So today is find something to like, and I want to tell you something. I really, really like Doritos. I like Doritos a lot. I mean, I actually have an affair with Doritos when Mao's not looking, but I'm on the verge. I'm not sure do I love them or not, but I like them a lot. I like Doritos. And I allow myself Doritos quite a bit. I haven't quite understood those people who can just eat one. I think that's an illness. But and I watch people, and they just have one. I think there's something wrong with you. People, do you ever notice that people, like, you open a bag of chips and you hand it to them and they take one, and then you're thinking, really? So, but every once in a while, I need to clear myself of all those things that I like a lot, like Doritos, and I'm really fond of Hostess cupcakes, and I like the Mexican version of Twinkies. They're called Submarinos. I like those a lot, and I can go on and on and on with the list. But mostly those things don't like me as much as I like them. So 3 times a year, Mauricio initiates in our household something we call the trimester cleanse. And it's a 21-day raw food cleanse that has within it a 3-day detox period. And we do this because he wants to. You know? And I've discovered, like today's topic, find something to like. If I'm going to do something, I want to find something that I like about it. I'm going to come back to that in just a moment. I want to read to you from our book of the year, We established the Book of the Year, A New Design for Living, when there were still books in print. But since we've established it, the books are out of print and there are no copies to be found that we can gather. So suffice it to say that I will be sharing with you the Book of the Year every Sunday. Today's reading is called Find Something to Like, and it's from chapter 15, The Power of Love, and it's only a couple of paragraphs. Just as there is a harmonious reciprocal action of love between the infinite and its creation, between love and the thought of you and I and our bodies, so there is also the reciprocal action between the expression of love on the part of you for your conditions and people. No condition or relationship can be changed for the better by hating. Hate only aggravates and makes things worse. If things are not to your liking, there's no need to hate them or fight them, because this uses up a lot of time and energy and makes you sick. And you're going to get no place unless it's a matter of getting where you don't want to go. The only solution, our only healthy, normal, and creative avenue of approach is to let the reciprocal action of that love inherent in the universe flow in and through us and out into every phase of our experience. More simply, it's like this. Regardless of the situations, no matter the situations, we must resist the inclination to dislike or hate. No matter what he or she did, no matter what he or she didn't do, no matter what diet you're on or you're not on, no matter what your spouse said to you or didn't say to you, no matter what your kid did do or didn't do, no matter how much money you're making or not making, or what your waistline's looking like or not looking like, you must resist the urge to dislike or hate it. Let me tell you why. In some way, we have to find something of value in these things. Even in the people you don't like, find some value in these things. No matter how big or small it may be, find something to like. And then concentrate on that one thing and that one thing alone, ignoring all the things that you don't like or that you dislike. Once this is done, there can be the starting of what Holmes calls the channel of reciprocal action. It opens up a channel of reciprocal action. And that thing that you once disliked might transform, or you will transform around it. He says we cannot love in one direction and hate in another. That's really using the law of physics. You can't love in one direction and then hate in another direction. You're either loving or you're hating. But because you and I are consciously creating, mostly unconsciously creating, we're creating through our thinking, but most of our thinking is not conscious. Much of it's just automatic. But you can't love and hate. So my question to you today is, which will it be? And by the way, there's no exceptions. I know you're the special one. This situation's different. It's not. It's either all God or it's not all God. If it's all God, we can work with it. If it's not all God, we need to rethink our strategy. So back to this 21-day cleansing program. So I actually find that I like it. But I like it because I chose to like it. I like it because it inspires in me the reminder that I can do anything that I set my mind to. And I can do anything for 21 days. And after spending a couple or 3 months engorging and devoting myself to excess, it's really sweet to move into a practice of what I call management. I don't spend a lot of time anymore trying to control things or people. I used to. Do you? Do you maybe secretly wish that you had that superpower to control people? You know, I'm still waiting for the TV show, the new DC comic that shows the master of controlling, because I want that role. But I found that I really can't control anything. I can't even control my thinking. I can only manage it. I can manage my emotions, and I can manage my thinking, and I can manage my behavior and my habits and my actions. And when I manage them, my life transforms. So I find something to like, and then that becomes my project. And then I find that even shopping for the food for this 21-day cleanse raw food cleanse, and the eating of it and the preparing of it, and even finding things at a restaurant that will fit in with this program become beautiful and blissful. And I can actually say that I like it and appreciate it. But I don't always when it comes down the pike. When it's first introduced to me, when Mauricio points to the calendar and the refrigerator, there's something in me that doesn't feel so holy. But I do remember an early lesson I got from both of my parents, and that was, you don't have to say everything that you think. But find something to like. You know, there might be people in your life that are triggering you. Find something to like, even if you like that they're distant from you at the moment. So the Olympics, the Winter Olympics begin in Russia, and they begin on the 7th of February. And last year, there was an ad during the Olympics that was run by Guinness. And you may have seen it. This is not an ad for Guinness any more or less than it would be an ad for any other alcoholic beverage. But it was particularly moving what Guinness did with this ad. It was an ad that I spoke about here before of a bunch of men playing basketball in wheelchairs. And and the commercial, you're watching these guys as they fall in the wheelchairs and they get back up and they're patting each other on the back and they're screaming and yelling for the pass. And when the game is over, all of the men, except one, gets out of the wheelchairs. And even the one in the wheelchair and the men walking, they all leave and head off for their Guinness. But you get to see that all of these men adjusted and altered their way of being to that of the level of their friend. Well, that was just amazing. I thought, well, how's Guinness going to top that? Well, I think that they did. Guinness put out a new ad. It's about two athletes who were vying for Olympic competition, identical twin sisters. And the ad itself is particularly moving because it's just a static photograph, just a static picture. Now, Guinness pulled this from YouTube, but they did so because they're not an authorized sponsor of the Olympics, so they can't advertise the mix of Olympics and their product until after the Olympics is over. So they willingly pulled from YouTube this ad, but I'm sure it's going to emerge somewhere, somehow for us to get a hold of it. And because this is Silicon Valley, and because some of us are under 12 in this room, and we know how to do these things. So those of you who find it can flood it. Put it on my Facebook page, if you will. And I'm sure it will reemerge. But the ad is of, it just shows two women standing side by side. And the only thing that happens in this commercial is the appearance of text. And it says, Tracy Barnes, Lanny Barnes. Born April 26, 1982. Born April 26, 1982. Became a biathlete. Became a biathlete. Went to the games. Went to the games. Came home empty-handed. Came home empty-handed. Kept on training. Kept on training. This year, last chance. This year, last chance. At the final trial, qualified, was too sick to compete. Tracy gave up her spot so that Lanny could go. She'll be cheering. She'll be competing for her sister. For her sister. And the commercial ends by saying, the choices we make reveal the true nature of our character. The choices you make reveal the true nature of your character. Not how many chants you do, not how many spiritual mind treatments that you do, not how much money you put in the offering basket. The choices you make reveal the true nature of your character. Not how holy you say you are, or how often you attend church or not attend church or go to your 12-step meetings. not how often you see your therapist or your counselor or volunteer, the choices that you make. The choices that you make. Maybe it is the way that you show up to volunteer, the way you respond to the needs of your spouse, how you learn to manage your anger and to be emotionally intelligent so that you make choices consciously. The choices you make, like choosing to find something to like, even in a world that will present you many options to not like, that reveals the true nature of your character. I'm inspired by that. The ad is beautiful. I mean, it's like Lifetime television for women. You know, guys are secretly watching this over and over and over again, hoping nobody watches. They're doing this, and what's wrong with you? Nothing. I just got some dust in my eye. So find something to like this week also in spirituality. And I know that there's stories in this room. I know that in this room there are people who are refugees from other faith traditions. But, you know, aren't there? Yeah. So there's something in common between Christianity and Judaism and Hinduism and Confucianism and Taoism and Islam and Buddhism and paganism and science of mind and other traditions. Actually, many things in common. But the thing that I'm choosing to find to like this week is that each of them has their own trinity. It's actually a trinity that you and I could use to apply into our lives. And Dr. Edward was talking about this to our group that was in Bali a couple weeks ago, when 30 of us went from the center to Bali under the guidance of Dr. Edward and his team. While we were there in Bali, Dr. Edward presented to us the Bhagavad Gita oracle. What it was, Dr. Edward is well-read and well-versed in the Bhagavad Gita, which is one of the sacred texts of the Hindu tradition. And he's actually written several companions to the Bhagavad Gita. But he has taken pieces of the Bhagavad Gita out and put them in separate documents for him because they touch and move and inspire him. For example, you know what I read to you from Ernest Holmes from our book of the year? There's something from the Bhagavad Gita that's virtually identical. It's one simple sentence. The one who looks upon friend and foe with equal regard is dear to me. From the Bhagavad Gita, the one who looks upon friend and foe with equal regard is dear to me. That's the same as Holmes saying that even if there's things that you don't like, find something about them that you like that sets forth a reciprocal action. So Dr. Edward put all these into a document, and then he printed them out, and then he cut them into little strips of paper, and then he put them in this beautiful basket, and then he passed the basket in front of each of us 30 people saying, if you are looking for an answer, the answer's in this basket. And if you're looking for an answer to a particular situation or quandary or query, or maybe you're looking for a solution to stagnation or to hesitancy or to feeling trapped, you're looking for a solution to a sense of nothingness, it's in this basket. It's in he calls it the oracle. And then he passed it around each one for people to just pluck one out and look at it and go, oh, what does this mean? I don't know what do you think this means? And our task was to look at it. And our task was to allow the inner wisdom to emerge and give us the answer. Because, by the way, the thing that you're seeking is also seeking you. The God that you are seeking is also the same God with which you are seeking. The eyes through which you are viewing your world are the same eyes through which God is viewing its world. So when we have something to ponder, like a strip of paper, we can ponder it, and then the overseer, the oversoul, begins to make itself present. Because for just a brief moment, we weren't so sure about things. For just a brief moment, we were teachable. And then the oversoul can make it. We should do this sometime. We'll do the oracle sometime. But I want to tell you about what I learned about the the trinity of Hinduism and how that applies to finding something that you like. So the triune nature in Christianity is Father, Son, Holy Spirit, or Father, Son, Holy Ghost. And I know some of you just had a reaction. And by the way, that reaction is creating something for your life. The way you feel about your former religion is creating something for your life. Science of mind, we have a trinity. It's thought, cause, effect. Your thinking through the law of cause and effect brings about results. In Hinduism, they have a trinity, and the trinity is Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. They appear to be three gods, but they're not. They're three expressions of the one God. Brahma is the one that starts and creates things. Brahma is the one that takes from nothing and puts it into action. Brahma is the one that is like the genesis, the beginning. In the beginning was something. Once it's in place, Brahma pretty much backs away and lets Vishnu take over. Vishnu is the sustainer. Vishnu is like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Vishnu is like dusting things off and polishing your car. Vishnu is keeping things alive. Vishnu is the sustainer. And then we've got Shiva. Shiva is the dissolver or the destroyer. Shiva is winter and hurricanes and tornadoes and death. Shiva is breaking up. So there's Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. The creation, the sustenance, and the ending. Reverend Susan is always saying in meetings when we're figuring what's our next step, she's always asking, what do we need to start doing? What do we need to keep doing? What do we need to stop doing? And I'm thinking, oh my God, Reverend Susan is a Hindu. But see, the beauty is life is there. Find something to like, and you'll find some overlays and some interlocking. And I have an assignment for you this week. Your job, your mission should, because homework never worked for me. Give me a mission. I'll take on a mission. Like a 21-day raw food diet. I will take that on as a mission. Homework, mission. I'll take on a mission. So your mission, should you choose to take it, is to begin to ask what in your life needs to be started. You've been putting it off for a long time. You've been waiting for the perfect time, the perfect income, the perfect ending. You've been waiting for the perfect something. What needs to be started? What is Brahma going to put into motion for you? 2, what in your life currently needs to be maintained or polished? What, maybe I notice sometimes a car can begin to oxidize because of lack of attention. What needs to be polished or be renewed or be brought back to life? And then what needs to end? Because like Shiva's represents, when it's over, it's over. A lot of us don't like that. We let go of nothing that doesn't have claw marks all over it. But when it's over, it's over. So your task, your assignment, your mission, should you choose to take it, what do you need to start doing? What do you need to keep doing? What do you need to stop doing? And if you want a little assignment to help you with that, if you want some assistance, all right, we have an oracle. Can the ushers come forward and help us out? I want to tell you how I did this. When the basket passed in front of me in Bali, I had my eyes sort of open, and I was kind of looking. It looked like I was meditating, but I was really peeking to see if I could see any words that were going to get my attention so I could choose. But that's me trying to control the universe. I need the musicians to help us out with the Gayatri mantra, if you would help us out with that too. Thank you, Baxter. I'm very grateful to have you to help us out. When the basket passes in front of you, try this. Don't ponder or think. It's already chosen for you. The overseer already knows you. Just reach in, grab it, and let the basket pass. Try what happens, and be with that oracle statement, and see if it helps you determine what do you need to start doing, what do you need to keep doing, what do you need to stop doing, so that you might have an experience of finding something that you like. Namaste.
Tatsavitu prachodayat. Om Bhurabhuvasvat Tatsavituvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonat Prachodayat. Om Bhurabhuvasvat Tatsavituvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonat Prachodayat. Om Bhurabhuvasvat Tatsavituvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonat Prachodayat. Om Bhurabhuvasvat Tatsavituvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonat
Yeah, Baxter, let that play. Do you have any questions while this is happening? Like, what's up for you? They're behind you. I found it interesting, the chair of the core council, she drew today from the basket the exact same one that she drew while she was in Bali. No way, yes, way. During first service, I got, know me as the friend of all creatures. And the one I just pulled from this service is, be aware of me always. Anybody have any revelation? Anybody here? You accidentally drew true. They're both related. What do they say?
Little by little, through patience and repeated effort, the mind will become still in the self. But these things cannot be seen. But these things cannot be seen with your physical eyes. Therefore, I give you spiritual vision.
It was a mistake, because the universe makes mistakes. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. I saw a hand back there. They changed their mind. Anybody have any? Please.
I really despise meditation. I can't do it. I hate meditating.
Yeah, I heard that.
Make your mind one-pointed in meditation, and your heart will be purified.
Do you remember? Find something to like, even in the one that you don't. So maybe you can start by next Sunday showing up for the chanting, because chanting, it's a fascinating way to meditate, by the way. It's a beautiful way to be in meditation. People hate meditation because they think it is a particular thing. But for everyone, it's a little bit different. I used to have a walking meditation with my dogs. It was stunning. Seriously. Richard.
I've been acting as if for years, but it's new company.
I saw a hand over here.
Self reveals itself. I have a hard time with stillness because I interpret it as a weakness.
And then I think of a cloudy glass of water. You let it sit still long enough and it becomes clear. Yeah.
If you were never born, you will never die. And it had a lot of issues with death later. So I think it's kind of hits that core there. But what you're saying is something that needs to be ministered first.
Thank you. And if you didn't have a chance to share, perhaps you can share with somebody in Fellowship Hall after service. We're going to keep moving on because Seattle and Denver are not going to wait for us. The ushers are going to come forward and help. The ushers are forward. See, before I have spoken, you have answered. Please say with me our giving affirmation. By the way, this is the time when the basket passes in front of you. Don't take anything out of it. But do say with me our giving affirmation for February. It's a new affirmation for February. I am generous and kind, and I trust my generous, kind nature. I attract the best people, things, and experiences. I expect lavish support so that I can lavishly support the world.
High time we made a stand, shook up the views of the common man, and the love train rides from coast to coast. DJ's the man that we love the most. Could you be squeaky clean? Smash every hope of democracy, and the headline says you're free to choose. Egg on your face and there's mud on your shoes. One of these days they're gonna call it the blood. Sowing the seeds of love, the seeds of love. Sowing the seeds, sowing the seeds of love, the seeds of love. Sowing the seeds, sowing the seeds of love, the seeds of love. Sowing the seeds, sowing the seeds of love, the seeds of love. Sowing the seeds, the birds and the bees, God and me. Sowing the seeds of love, the seeds of love. Sowing the seeds, sowing the seeds of love, the seeds of love. Sowing the seeds, sowing the seeds of love, the seeds of love. Sowing the seeds, the birds and the bees, God and me. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Michelle and Baxter and our backup singers and our amazing band. We don't have enough time to name you all because it's kickoff soon, and they're going to leave. We have like a really exciting thing to tell you about. You want to hang in here for just a few minutes. Thank you. Will is going to just get you so excited.
Hi, my name is Will, and I've been working with the tech team for the past couple months. And we have an exciting announcement for you today, as we have been working the past few months on creating an app for the Center for Spiritual Living. And today is the first day that you will have that available to you at your disposal. And so what we believe is that we can use technology to help support us in our spiritual practice and make us more united as a community, as we can share our ideas and thoughts and intentions with each other more easily now. So a few things that this app can do. For example, first of all, how many people actually check the events on the website every week? All right, that's awesome. That's actually a lot more people than I thought it would be. So what if you could actually check every single event in less than 30 seconds flat on your mobile device on the beach, right? That's pretty awesome. So, but you can check the events, you can sign up for all the events, you can ask questions about the events, and you can actually add a reminder in your phone to remind you to go to the event, because that's important too. And one of my favorite features is actually the recorded live streams that will be available on the app as well, so that while you're sitting in traffic, you just kind of chilling, you can pop on the live stream and hear the sweet sound of David Bruner's voice. So let's see here. Yeah. And then let's see, we also got the prayer wall, which I really hope is well used, as you can create an intention and create a prayer, post it on the wall for everybody else to help manifest that for you as well. And then we also be promoting inspirational quotes through there, like Teachings of Ernest Holmes, and maybe a few other things. I mean, I would love to have that poem that was said here earlier. That was beautiful. I think things like that would always be appreciated on the app, and maybe me and David can work on getting that Guinness commercial on there too. That would be pretty cool, huh? Yeah, so if you just look on your phone, you go into the Android or the Apple store, you plug in Center for Spiritual Living San Jose, it'll pop up. I see someone has already done that. Yeah, a few people already have. And then if you have any questions, I'll be at the concierge afterward. And if you don't, the phone, it links with Facebook. So if you don't have an Android or Facebook, then welcome to the 21st century. Yeah. Yeah. So it was between me and Reverend Elizabeth, and we've been working together. God made the app. Thank you.
It was Will and Steve Jobs from heaven. I have a quick announcement, one quick announcement I wanted to share with you. We had a memorial service here at the center for a long-time member, Shirley Bergstrom, who passed away on January 4th. So we didn't, her family didn't make the bulletin, but they wanted to let you know that the flowers are in memory of Shirley from her two daughters, Deanna and Karen. So we're really grateful today, and Godspeed, Shirley. February outreach, as you may have heard, we are collecting stuffed animals of all shapes and sizes, and these stuffed animals are going to go to, it's called Snuggles and Love for Children, and these stuffed animals are going to go to children who are in the foster care system. And then what happens is they get to take this stuffed animal that you loved up and held and prayed over, and they get to hold it and bring it with them when they have to go for court proceedings. So it's an amazing gift from this community. If you could participate, we're collecting them all through the month of February. You'll see a table out there that it's awesome. It's right under the window in the tiled area. You can't miss it. And Letters to My Immortal Beloved is a book that was written by Petra Paul, our very own Petra, and she will be doing a book signing after service today. You can change your posture as well as change your life by taking Laura Marquardt's class that starts on this week. It's on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And on Wednesday night, we'll be sowing seeds of greatness with our spiritual ABCs for the year, actually. But in the month of February, we are talking about blessings. We will be sharing our blessings. And then on Thursday night, all of you who love that meditation or resist it, you can find something to like by coming to Awaken Thursday. We sit in the silence from 7 to 8 p.m. We do a brief sharing and a reading, and then we share a meal together in mindful silence. It's really beautiful and holy and awesome. And just thinking ahead, next Tuesday, not this Tuesday, but February 11th, is the Better Business Breakfast. And then I'm really excited to tell you something. A couple of people have been asking about prayer circles, and one of our very own practitioners, she's a practitioner emeritus. That means she's been a practitioner since, well, Jesus. And then, is she here? It's Madeline Vanderhorst. And Madeline is going to start prayer circles right here in the sanctuary every Wednesday and Thursday from noon to 1. So you can take your lunch hour, come here and sit in a prayer circle and hold one another's prayers and intentions. We're really jazzed about that. Next Sunday, like Dr. David said, is the vow renewal and birthdays. It is the first Sunday in February. We celebrate all the February birthdays, so whether your birthday is coming up or if it was yesterday, like my beloved husband Max, please stand and we'll sing happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
I can't believe you forgot. We are here to tell you about the coolest party. The Ice Queen cometh.
I think there's been a little misunderstanding. Hi, my name is Paula Stapleton. And on behalf of the Women's Connection Council here at San Jose CSL, I'd like to invite you all to join us for this year's celebration of the Academy Awards called A Night on the Red Carpet. The theme this year is inspired by Disney's animated movie, Frozen. On Sunday, March 2nd, this room will be transformed into a winter wonderland for our formal gala. The event will start at 5 o'clock with appetizers that are inspired by the nominated movies and a no-host wine bar. Following at 6:15, we'll have a 4-course plated dinner in here as we watch the broadcast of the Academy Awards. Included in the evening will be a live auction, including a widescreen TV, donated by our very own Matt Lindstedt as well, and we will also be raffling off hundreds of dollars in cash. Let's see, tickets go on sale today online at $60, which is the early bird price. On February 10th, they will be at the regular price for $75. So you want to get your tickets soon. If you'd like to captain a table of 8 people, that will be $50 a person or $400. And yeah.
Boom, boom.
And since seating is limited, I would suggest you do get your tickets soon because as the snow monster in Frozen would say, everyone deserves a tiara.
Thank you. If there is something in your life for which you would like prayer, whether it's something weighing heavy on your heart or something you want to just share and celebrate because you're bursting with joy, please take a seat under the windows, and a licensed practitioner or a practitioner awaiting license will pray with you. It's our gift. It's free, and God bless. Have a great week, everybody. If a quarterback sees his shadow, there's 5 more weeks of hockey.
Would you all please stand and take the hand of the person on your right and your left as we close this out? Won't you know with me that you and I are never alone, that the oversoul is where we are right now and always. And the only thing that we will ever need to do is look inside. Because it is there, we will find, that we are guided and directed and sustained and inspired by this oversoul that knows only good. And joyously let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, in all that we say, and in all that we do. And so it is. As is our custom, won't you please repeat after me? I am at home in the heart of God. My life is anchored in truth. I can never be separate. I live in the consciousness of peace. I release all fear. I am living love. Thanks, Will, for our app. Namaste. How are you? Good.